fight as a soldier, lead as a general, rise as a legend.
Yo, dudes, the Empire's pretty chill. Maybe you could, like, join it or something.
Hey everyone, Lucimus Prime here. So, it is time for another video game review today. And in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing this time another video game which was released as a launch title for the Xbox One in 2013. And this game is a game I've not played until recently, and is a game that I really do regret playing so late, because I wish I played it when it first came out, because this game is one of my favourite video games of all time. And as I'm going to be reviewing, as you've probably seen by the title and the thumbnail, I'm going to be reviewing, of course, 2013's Ryse, Son of Rome. So, when it comes to this game then, so this is a 2013 action-adventure video game developed by Crytek and published by Microsoft Studios, and is set in an alternate version of ancient Rome. So, how was this video game made? So this game's development first began in 2006. Originally, it was going to be a third-person Kinect-only title for the Xbox 360. However, the developer gradually redesigned the game to become a third-person hack-and-slash game, with Kinect serving a diminished role. And the development of the game was originally handled by Crytek Budapest, but later transferred to Crytek's headquarters in Frankfurt, Germany. The game's combat emphasises on flow, a term referring to a player's ability to move on to fight against another enemy upon defeating an enemy, with few limitations in between. The team partnered with the Imaginarium Studios to develop the cinematic and motion capture technology for the game. Competitive multiplayer modes developed by Ruffian Games were cancelled. The game was revealed as codenamed Kingdom at E3 2010, but was then reintroduced as Ryse, Son of Rome, which is of course the title it has now, 2 years later. It was released on November 22nd, 2013 as a launch title for the Xbox One, with a Windows version also released on October 10th, 2014 by Crytek and Deep Silver. The game received a mixed critical reaction from reviewers upon launch, being praised for its visuals, story and high production values, but criticised for its repetitive and simple gameplay. Sir that yearly, the CEO of Crytek, added that he was not satisfied with the sales of the game. Upon launch, the game was supported with several multiplayer-focused downloadable content, but the originally planned challenge editor was cancelled. When it comes to what I think of this game then, so, as I just said guys, I unfortunately played this game way too late, because I got this game last year for Xbox One, of course, and I played the game early this year, and I've got to say that this is, in my opinion, an absolute masterpiece. I think it's an incredible game that, in my opinion, deserves a lot more love and attention. And in my opinion, doesn't deserve the negativity that it got, because I personally love this game. I don't have any problems with it either. I think it's an amazing game, and it's also a shame that it's only on Xbox One and Windows, because I think it deserves to be on other consoles as well as those, in my opinion. So, what is the video game about? So, this game, of course, is set in an alternate version of ancient Rome, and it follows the life of a Roman centurion called Marius Titus, who is, of course, the playable character in this, as he becomes one of the leaders in the Roman legion. The gameplay revolves around Marius using his sword to strike enemies and shield to deflect attacks. Execution sequences are featured in the game, which are quick time events or QTEs that serve as an extension to combat. And the game also features a cooperative multiplayer mode, which tasks players to fight against waves of enemies in maps that are changing dynamically. When it comes to, of course, what I think of this game when I played it, so I played this game, guys, and I had an absolute blast with it. I think it's absolutely phenomenal, in my opinion. What's great about it is, so I definitely really like the characters in this game. There were definitely really good characters, in my opinion, who were very well acted by the cast, and Marius is definitely a great character to play as well. And one highlight I've got to give to this game, guys, is probably, in my opinion, the graphics and the visuals, because this game, when of course is November this year, will be 10 years old. And in my opinion, it looks phenomenal for a 10-year-old game. Just fantastic. Like, this game is nearly 10 years old, guys. And in my opinion, it looks better than lots of recent games, in my opinion, in terms of graphics. Which further, of course, cements my opinion that old games tend to be better than new games these days. Because I think the graphics of this game were absolutely fantastic, and they hold up really well. Many shots, in my opinion, look really realistic. It's hard to believe it's back at all because it looks brilliant for its time, just fabulous. I also definitely really love the combat as well. Personally, I don't really agree with the criticism that the combat was repetitive, because I personally love the combat, and in my opinion, they did a very good job making it different, because they introduced all different kinds of weaponry to use, such as, of course, the sword and the shield. You can use a spear in the game as well. And you can use, as well, command soldiers to fight with you, which was really cool. I definitely love that feature. So personally, guys, I do love the combat. So, yeah, when it comes to this game, I love the combat, and the visuals and the graphics are just absolutely amazing. The game, in my opinion, is awesome. I love it. Just an amazing video game. And when it comes to how the game's played, it's played, of course, as a linear game, because there's not really an open world by any means. It's more like a chapter-based game, and I'm okay with that. I mean, it would have been cool if it was open world, but at the same time, I think the game was absolutely phenomenal, and the story was brilliant. Just so much fun to play through. And I love how it didn't hold back on the gore and blood, of course, which made sense, because it's a game in ancient Rome, so of course it's going to be violent, right? I mean, the game's rated PEGI 18 for me in the UK, so yeah. And also as well, when it comes as well to what I also think of the game as well, I think it has a really great score, composed by 3 composers, being Borislav Slalov, Tilman Silescu, and Peter Antonovsky. Just great composers, rather, who did a really great job composing the score for this. Just really great to listen to. And this game, in my opinion, is amazing. So far, it's probably my favourite game set in ancient Rome. Definitely, in my opinion, a way better ancient game than the absolute disgrace to me, which is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. In my opinion, a game that's overrated. Personally, guys, I think this game is far better than that, to be completely honest. Much better. Because it's just so much fun to play through. Like, if you guys were a fan of like a simple hack and slash game, then I definitely would recommend this game strongly. Because it's definitely a lot of fun to play through. Absolutely. And I also really wish it was on other consoles too. Because if you don't have an Xbox One or Windows, then you probably not get a chance to play this game, sadly, which is a massive shame. So I really wish it got released onto other consoles as well as Xbox One. And of course, when it comes to computer territory, Windows. So, and there's also been talks of a sequel to this game as well, because apparently it was intended to be the start of a franchise. So, and I think that's great, because they could probably do sequels set in different time periods in ancient history, which could be pretty cool. So, I personally would not say no to doing a sequel to this game. So, I really hope they do a sequel to it. I only have one condition, being that they release on other consoles as well as Xbox. So, preferably, I hope they release onto PlayStation, because as you guys will know, I personally am no longer playing on Xbox anymore. I've lost interest in that console, so I've moved on to PlayStation now, because I think that's much better than Xbox. So I really do hope that they do a Ryse sequel on PlayStation, and when it comes to console releases, because I think PlayStation players deserve a chance to play this game, because this game, in my opinion, is definitely worth playing. It's just a shame that it's only on one console and just on Windows too when it comes to PC territory. So yeah, but other than that, though, I do absolutely love this game. I had a really fun blast playing it, and I can't recommend it enough. If any guys are fans of ancient Rome or hack and slash type of games, definitely a must-play game in my opinion. So, if you guys have an Xbox One or Windows, I'd recommend to play this game strongly. So, you guys probably wonder what is my score for a game out of 10. Well, because it's one of my favourite video games of all time, and I don't have any problems with it whatsoever, I'd probably give this game a full-blown 10 out of 10, because I absolutely love this game. Just amazing in every way. Just phenomenal. So guys, this is me doing my review for 2013's Xbox One launch, which is Ryse, Son of Rome. Definitely, in my opinion, an amazing game which is worth playing. So, you know the drill, guys. Be sure to give this video a like. Also, be sure to tell us in the comments what you guys think of Ryse, Son of Rome. If you've played it, leave in the comments below what you think of it. Also, if you think about playing it, I'd recommend it if you like hack and slash games or ancient Rome games in general. Definitely a must play game in my opinion. Also, be sure to join Team Prime by pressing subscribe for movies coming in the future. If you'd like to be a member, you can start using a PC or description, and I'll see you all later.